Good morning. Welcome to Brewing Happiness. We've talked so far, we've talked about wanting to be happy and how wanting to be happy is not selfish because happiness is something you spread around to everyone that you come in contact with, share it with them, raise the levels of the people around you. And so that we all want to be happy. But how, right? Research shows there's a lot of happiness on or research on happiness these days, and research shows the number one way to increase your happiness is to increase your gratitude game. Hi, I'm Tina Ann. This is Brewing Happiness, and that's what we're going to talk about today is getting into the gratitude game. Now, the word gratitude, actually a Latin word, gratia, means grace, graciousness, or gratefulness, depending on context. But it is the feeling of being happy with what you have, being grateful, being so thankful for the blessings that are already in your life. And when we live our lives focused on that gratitude for what is already working, for the blessings that we have, as instead of the things we want or focusing on the things we don't have. Well, I'm going to read you a little quote. Experiencing gratitude activates neurotransmitters like dopamine, which we associate with pleasure, serotonin, which regulates our mood. Also, it causes the brain to release oxytocin, a hormone which induces feelings like trust and generosity, which promote social bonding and feeling connected. Amy Keller, PhD. So 3 out of the 4 happiness chemicals come directly from gratitude, from your adding gratitude or practicing gratitude in your life, right? Now, as we talked about before, the studies in positive psychology have the last 30 years have proven overwhelmingly that that gratitude increases your contentment, your satisfaction, your just overall well-being, right? Now, 2 doctors, Dr. Robert Emmons of the University of California, Davis, and Dr. Michael McCullough of the University of Miami, they've really done the yeoman's work on this gratitude studies. And so they did a study where here's one quick study they did. They took a whole bunch of people. They had some write down what made them happier or what they were grateful for every day, right? The second group, they wrote down what annoyed them every day. The third group just wrote down what happened to them every day, right? They didn't necessarily make a note whether it was positive or negative. And at the end of the study, shocking, the group that recorded their gratitude found themselves to be so much happier self-recording their happiness than the other 2 groups, right? So, little scientific study. Did another study where they rated or ranked the effectiveness of different kinds of happiness techniques, let's just say, happiness exercises. And so one of those exercises was gratitude, and they had the person write a letter to someone of thank you, a letter of thanks to someone who they had never had the chance to properly thank in their life. And this exercise resulted in the people, the study participants feeling the boon, feeling the happiness, feeling the impact of that letter for up to a month afterwards. Why? So happiness and gratitude are definitely linked. Increasing your gratitude will definitely increase your happiness. Proven by science, right? And here's the great news. Both happiness and gratitude are skills, right? These are things in your life that you can get better at. You can improve on. What we watch improves. What we focus on, what we work on, what we purposefully improves our lives, right? And so studies show that as little as 5 minutes of a gratitude practice every day can increase your happiness by up to 25%. Now think about that. That is an amazing statistic, right? 5 minutes a day, happiness goes up 25% because that 5 minutes a day that you are spending on a focused gratitude effort paying off all day long to not only you, but all the people around you. As your happiness raises, you raise the happiness of the people around you. And studies have proven that goes out to 3 levels of friends. You're happier, your people around you are happier, the people around them are happier, the people around them are happier. So increasing your gratitude increases your happiness radiation. How's that sound? Right? Amazing, right? And they find that grateful people are happier than non-grateful people. People that practice gratitude or that have gratitude in their lives recover from illness more quickly, higher coping mechanisms, and increased resilience. And boy, resilience, that's a big word these days, right? The resilience to cope with the moments that aren't that happy, to cope with the moments that aren't that great in our lives, because we all got them, right? We all know we have them. And practicing that gratitude is like putting money in the bank, right? It's like putting happiness in a container so that you can draw on that, so that it creates this overall sense of well-being. So when things aren't going right, when there's a moment you need some grace and strength, you've got a well to pull from because you remember all those blessings that are in your life every day. So how do we get more gratitude, right? Yeah, we prove that we want it. We can say that it's worth it, that the payoffs are indeed awesome. So the question is, how do we get some? How do we get some more gratitude in our life? And like anything, like I said, it's a skill. There's some proven ways you can get it. So number one is keep a gratitude journal, right? Just every day, write down some things you're grateful for. If that sounds like too much of a commitment, just think 3 times a day. Think of 3 things you're grateful for once a day. For me personally, I set a timer. I have a gratitude timer on my phone that says, stop in this moment and think of 3 things you're grateful for today, right? If you have a meditation practice or a yoga practice or an exercise practice, you can add that moment of gratefulness into that practice each and every day. Gratitude journal is awesome, but you don't have to go to those lengths. You just remember to be grateful every day. Optimism, the idea of positive thinking, the idea of thankfulness, being aware of and acknowledging the blessings in your life. Gratitude, it directly correlates to happiness. Optimism directly correlates to happiness. Another gratitude, another way of gratitude is just take a small walk and just be grateful for the things you see on that walk. Maybe you go into nature and you're grateful for the sun shining or the warm breeze or the fragrant flowers. Maybe you take a walk down the hall at work and you're grateful that the bathroom is close to your office. You're grateful for your friend who is down the hall, who often is someone who picks you up, right? We can find things to be grateful for when we are looking for them, and it's easy. The skill is to remember to look for them. Being grateful is something that can improve your life so much. It's worth it to spend time on it. You're worth it to spend a little time acknowledging the things that are wonderful in your life or the things that you are so blessed and so happy about. Here's another thought for being grateful. Say thank you. Thanking people is an uplift, not just for them, but for you. When you thank people, when you acknowledge what they have done or just their presence, just their wonderfulness, right? When you acknowledge people, they feel better. And then you've made them feel better, so you feel better. It's a gratitude pick-me-up, right? And along with saying thank you is doing small kindnesses for people. Doing an unexpected random act of kindness will make you feel grateful for all the kindness in your life, for all the beautiful things in your life. You want to be grateful? Offer compliments. Give compliments and kindness to those around you, and your gratitude quotient goes up. And, along with that, your happiness. So one other way to improve your gratitude is to smile. Smile more. Smile at people. Smile. Look them in the eye and see if you can get them to smile back. I find that challenge. I try that challenge anytime I go somewhere, right? To look people in the eye. Some people look down. Some people don't smile back, but some people so happy that you have invited them into that moment, into that connection, into that happiness circle for that brief second. And maybe they might not have smiled at you first, but because you've smiled first, you've invited them, right? You've invited a smile. You've invited a moment, a connection between two people who maybe are just, maybe these two people just passing, right? Maybe you and the person you smile at, you'll never see again, you'll never speak to again, but you could spark a moment in that person where they smile and then they go home and they smile at someone. And again, we have that happiness radiation going. When you smile at people, it does increase your gratefulness. You can be grateful for your ability to smile, for your opportunity to smile, for your chance to make someone else smile. These are all tiny moments of gratefulness, right? You don't have to wait until something fantastic happens. It's great to be grateful for all the big things in life, but the secret, like everything, is breaking it down into those moment by moment daily experiences and not waiting for the great big giant moments, but bringing that gratitude and thereby that happiness into your life and into the life of those around you. And all you've done is raised your awareness, right? The only difference in your life is that you're more aware, you're paying attention, you're looking for opportunities to get in touch with that gratefulness, right? Smiling, it releases, again, the mood boosting neurotransmitters. So smiling, a tiny little toolkit, in a tiny little tool in the happiness toolkit, right? In the gratitude toolkit. So one of the things I learned when I was doing this research on gratitude, we do happiness scales. Countries rate happiness. They just came out with the rankings of who are the happiest countries. And the Scandinavians continue always, always, always to hold the top few places in the happiness rankings. There's a lot of reasons, of course, but one of them is this attitude that the Scandinavians have. They call, I'm going to say it wrong, and please forgive me, those of you who speak these languages, but I've only seen it written down. But logam is a term that means valuing just enoughness, being grateful for just enough, right? Maybe you're not having steak for dinner. Maybe you're having burgers, but you are grateful that you are eating and that you are having a delicious meal. Those are the two ways you can look at it. I can be mad because I'm not eating steak, or grateful that I'm eating a hamburger, right? And the Scandinavians seem to have this down because they score high on gratitude and high on happiness every single time. So the bottom line is increase your gratitude, increase your happiness, right? Find more moments of your daily life to be associated with positive thinking, happiness, gratefulness, thankfulness. So one thing I like to do is every morning, I love my coffee, right? With this show is Brewing Coffeeness. I love Brewing Happiness. I love coffee so much. I've made the show about the idea of sharing a cup of coffee and talking about it and chatting about happiness. So every day when I have my coffee, I try to remember to be grateful for its warmth, its sweetness, its comfort, its tradition. The sharing of a cup of coffee is something that all over the world, people are having a little cup of coffee right now. And when I can take a moment to kind of link that feeling of gratitude with that daily routine of a sip of my coffee, it's one more touch point, one more gratitude touch point in my day. And that's how you do it, baby. That's how we do it, is get home from work tired and exhausted, but grateful that you got a job, right? You look at your kids and you got to help with homework and maybe something you'd rather be doing right now, right? But grateful that you got great kids who want to do their homework. There's always something to look grateful, to be grateful for, and how you approach that. Whether you see what I don't have or see what I do have, indeed impacts you personally each and every day, all day, every day. And that impact is the impact you are bringing to the people around you. When you are feeling grateful, feeling happy, feeling so thankful for the things going on in your life that is radiated from you to all the people around you. Maybe it will help them to be more grateful. Maybe an attitude of gratefulness and thankfulness is just the impetus other people need, the inspiration others need. Flip that switch. Start seeing the hamburger as I'm grateful to be eating instead of I'm sad, I'm not getting better. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game, my friends. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Hope this has helped. Hope this has helped spark in you the idea of gratitude, and that as you go through your day, maybe you think about this a few times. Maybe you just think, oh, I am so grateful that I live close to work. Oh, I am so grateful that there is still bread in the drawer so I can make sandwiches for lunch. You don't have to wait for big stuff. We could be grateful about so many things, so many times a day. Again, it's a skill. It comes with that four-letter word, work. You got to work at it, got to put a little effort into it. But man, the payoff is astronomical. So, my friends, that's it for today. I'm Tina Ann, the Queen of Happiness. This is Brewing Happiness, and I'm wishing you a great day, a joyful week, and a happy life. Till next time.